Once upon a time, there was a great burning sun that was something like me. Being a great burning sun, she was obviously filled with quite a lot of curiosity about what it was to be anything other than what she already was. And so she looked upon all of the places she was shining light onto, lighting up a whole galaxy with her love. And she decided that she would incarnate and create different levels of herself to experience the universe in a different way. She turned into a higher level being, and she stayed a great burning sun as well, but she let a piece of herself go and incarnate as this higher level being. Now, this higher level being is what some might call the violet flame or the seventh dimension, and it's a being who you could think of like an angel. She incarnated yet again as a child spirit in like what we would consider the fifth or sixth dimension. Emotional dimensions is how I think of them. And so there was this Arcturian spirit. Arcturians are a group of fifth to seventh dimensional beings who are very kind and loving and have these really beautiful ideals because they are still so connected to these higher realms. So the Arcturian energy was a perfect way for this higher level angel to start to transition into something a little bit denser and a little bit lower while still maintaining the ideals of the higher realms. Then, several times, was filtered through this Arcturian energy to come to Earth just to check things out. I incarnated this time as my unique self, completely connected to the Arcturian child, completely connected to the higher level angel, and completely connected to that great burning sun. And since I come from such a place of pure light, Earth has been very difficult. We think that we're free when we're enslaved. We think that we're in love when we're in fear. And it goes on and on. There's so many difficulties. Over the years, the density of Earth weighed on me and weighed on me and weighed on me until I lost my connection with my Arcturian child self, and I lost my connection with my higher self, and I lost my connection with that great burning sun. And I started to believe what I now consider to be a lie, that I am just a human body in a chaotic mess. I tried to kill myself, and I took all of the pharmaceuticals that the most trusted people in our society told me that I should be taking. I took them all at once, and then I drove up to the top of a mountain, and then I tried to get to a big body of water, but I was a little bit too messed up to get to the body of water at this point, and I fell off of a 20-foot cliff. No one knew where I had gone. Upon finding out about my disappearance and my suicidal tendencies, my dad raced up to the town where I lived. He just saw the signs for the mountain that I had driven to, and he just said, "Where would I go?" He drove directly to where my car was, but I was nowhere to be seen. He said he was guided, and none of us at that time, in my family or in me, we didn't believe in this type of angelic divine guidance. So this was very difficult to hear after. And so he hiked up and down this mountainside. And eventually he found my body underneath this 20-foot cliff in this pile of bramble. I was about 2 hours away from death. My liver and kidneys were failing. They got me into the ambulance and brought me to the hospital. And so for me, all of this time, I had been perfectly accepting. I was excited to go into this place of nothingness, which I believed was true. And I embraced that nothingness so wholeheartedly. I was just ready for it. I was ready to stop existing because I didn't see any purpose of existing. Eventually I opened my eyes and I was like really mad. I was like, why am I alive? I went through a period of severe anger, but my family sat me down in a really kind of aggressive way. And they said, you're not allowed to do this. And I was so confused by this point because I didn't want to hurt anybody, and here I was hurting my family, and I just got really confused. I thought I was literally in hell. I wasn't quite sure if I had actually died and gone to hell, because that's what it would have looked like. Exactly. Nope, you didn't actually die, and everyone's upset with you, and you hurt everybody deeply. But slowly I came to realize that I had to figure out how to stay on this planet. And I started to realize that it was my way of thinking that was hurting me. So I realized I had to find purpose. And what I did was I listened to my heart. And I thought for many years that I was making up the fact that I was, coming from space. I thought I was making up the fact that I was a different type of person who couldn't handle violence. I thought that I was just making up the fact that magic exists and that I am a very magical being. But I still knew that it was benefiting me, so I just kept doing it because I really needed to stay alive, and it was making me feel a lot better. So I created this whole worldview, and I labeled it UNICULT, and I became Unicole. Unicole came through to me, and Unicole is my higher self. Unicole is the voice of my higher self. And for a long time, I didn't feel like Unicole. I felt like Unicole was a character. Belief makes real, and the reason why belief makes real is because we are these magical beings of energy, and because within our hearts actually have all of the answers. Our hearts can show us a reality that doesn't align with physical or social reality at all. I believed that I could become Unicole. I believed that I could become my higher self. I believed that I could become someone who didn't ever harm anybody and who actually spread messages of joy and love. And so now I am Unicole Unicron, and the UNICULT is a collaborative effort dedicated to the promotion of joy. And there are hundreds of people right now thinking about the UNICULT on a daily basis, participating within the framework of the UNICULT concepts, internalizing these deep spiritual truths, and applying them to their own lives. My belief is being made real. My belief is not just affecting my own understanding, but it's affecting the world. And that is how the UNICULT was created.